Atmosphere, quite simply the most famous stand in football. I hope Jerry and the pacemakers are still picking up the royalties okay. Tony Gale is with me today. What does it do to a visiting player when they're standing in the tunnel and hearing that racket going on outside?
Oh, nothing. I was cool as a cucumber, and I must admit. No, it does send a little shiver up there, and the old hairs on the back of your neck go up, but it's a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere here.
And a great greeting. Look at that. The Kop is 100 years old. Let's hope we get a game to match it. FA Cup rematch, isn't it, here? Liverpool against West Ham coming up.
All pens in the first 5 minutes.
Sky Bet. It matters more when there's money on it.
Well, that's the view from the back of the Kop, and your football education isn't complete until you have sampled a game from somewhere in the Spion Kop at Anfield. 100 years old next week. They're just about set to go. It's Liverpool and West Ham. Tony Gale and Ian Dark.
In 1906, in the first game played before the Kop, the temperature was over 100 degrees and the referee nearly postponed the game. Today it's Alan Wiley who stands in. In fact, he's the third choice official for this game. Andre Mariner didn't send off Michael Brown, so he doesn't get the appointment. Neither does Dermot Gallagher for failing to red card Ben Thatcher for that awful challenge against Portsmouth the other night. So Alan Wiley, the FA Cup final referee for what people were saying was the greatest FA Cup final played in modern times, gets the appointment again here. Not another 3-3 draw. "105 days on from that fabulous game in the Millennium Stadium. Liverpool and West Ham United renew rivalry here. And the word is that West Ham are going to go for it a little today. Alan Pardew saying before the game, I think we're in for a good one. Well, let's see what happens here. Liverpool need the win at home as well after drawing at Sheffield United in their first game. Dropped points as far as they were concerned. Bellamy playing it wide here. Then Luis Garcia.
Well, the only thing we were wondering about is what side that Benayoun or Bowyer would be playing. Bowyer's lining up the left side of midfield. I think that's in an effort to try and nullify Pennant.
Gerrard's cross in. West Ham were so close to winning that FA Cup final. They led by 2-0 and 3-2 until the final seconds. Alan Pardew couldn't believe it when Steven Gerrard came up with that stunning equaliser. The West Ham manager has experience losing 9-0 on this ground in a League Cup game with Crystal Palace back in 1989. Mind you, he did score the winner against them in that FA Cup semi-final replay for Palace a year later.
This pitch looks immaculate, Ian. I don't think I've ever seen it looking so good. I'm just trying to spot a divot out on the pitch. It's unbelievable. It's going to endear itself to fast flowing football. Two good passing teams out there today. It's anything like that cup final, we'll be very lucky.
And despite all the rain we've had this week, the pitch was watered to slick it up before the kickoff. Finnan here making a run down the side. Here is Gerrard. Pennant looking to impress the Anfield faithful. Liverpool fan as a boy, he says, so this is a special day for him. Just a moment of apprehension there for West Ham, but no more than that. Liverpool will have to watch Bobby Zamora, the Premiership's top goal scorer in the early weeks, with 3 goals in 2 matches. Hayden Mullins, Mark Konchesky looks to pick up Bowyer down this side. Bowyer does bring it out of the air well too. Played in by Zamora and away by 21-year-old Daniel Agger, the Dane who's getting a run with Carragher out injured at the moment.
Good little ball from Franceschi into the box there. Bowyer getting in front of his strikers. That's going to be very important today, taking the game to Liverpool. Get out in support of that front two, Harewood and Zamora.
Bowyer playing it in. The flag goes up in the end.
The ball zipped in by Bowyer here into the area. I think it's Harewood who does eventually get the ball. He was offside. You can see committing players already. Ben Ayoun trying to run across the line, trying to get in again in advance of those strikers.
Here's Peter Crouch, and now Steven Gerrard. Pencil just got a nick on it, no more than that. Ghanaian World Cup player. Is he the answer to West Ham's problem right back position?
He had a decent start. He came on in the first game against Charlton and played the whole game against Watford as a wing-back. Looks very good going forward. Hasn't been really tested yet going the other way.
The new signing Tyrone Mears from Preston on the bench, having been subbed at half-time in West Ham's first game of the season against Charlton. West Ham, by the way, can go top of the table should they win here. Shouldn't really take any notice of the table, should we, till about November. Agger now for Liverpool. Up towards Crouch. Avilio. Crouch again, he's won it to Luis Garcia. And then Gerrard needs no second invitation to hit them.
Early in the game, a few West Ham supporters' hearts were in their mouth when it rolls to this man on the edge of the area, but it's Stevie Gerrard this time on his left foot. Just drags this one a little bit wide. Maybe guilty of trying to strike it a little bit too hard. Great touch from Crouch in the build-up, though. Ball zipped into him. Linked with Bellamy, it was brilliant. Stevie Gerrard, as you see in the picture here, really has got a nice role in midfield today. Playing alongside Alonso, he's the great passer. Gerrard can use that drive and energy, and in that dynamic way he gets forward. It's a great effect.
Here he is again, right on cue. Looks in the mood, doesn't he, early on? Pennant. That's a good ball. Crouch with a header! He says he was pushed. He wants a penalty. Alan Wiley's looked at it and says no. He says his jersey was being pulled off. Peter Crouch there.
Great ball in from Pennant. Pansil comes round on the cover. He's jumping the Crouch. Is he holding him? Yeah, he's holding him down. He sure is holding him down. He's got his shirt. Maybe Crouchy should be a little bit stronger there, though. I know Pansil's got hold of him, but if he's attacking that a little bit stronger, that's the opening goal. No doubt about it. Pansil did have hold of his shirt.
And Wiley's already given 3 penalties this season, not to mention 2 red cards as well. Bowyer. Ben Ayoun trying to bring it down. Glad to have his creativity back in the mix, I think, today. West Ham left out for tactical reasons the other night at Watford. Didn't really work, that change of formation, if West Ham are honest.
Well, it invited Watford onto them a bit. Difficult night for the Hammers at Watford. Their first game up, great atmosphere, they were really keen. Ben Ayoun's a key player for West Ham, though. When he plays well, the team plays well.
Now, West Ham haven't scored on this ground for 5 years. They've got a little moment of possible menace here. Bowyer takes it to Ben Ayoun. And Luis Garcia had tracked back effectively enough. Now then, here's the jet-heeled Craig Bellamy.
Not the best of free kicks. I think that one was worked out and rehearsed on the training ground. I thought Konchesky was going to come up for a shot there, but not going to get much out of a wide ball to Ben Ayoun.
Here is Ben Ayoun. Konchesky. Aidan Mullins, who missed the FA Cup final, suspended after his clash with Luis Garcia in a league game just before the final. Sad for both of those 2 players. Both banned in Cardiff and both on duty today. Gerrard. Alonso. Back to Gerrard again. All energy powering Liverpool forward. Luis Garcia. Nicely worked with Aurelio on that side. And Luis Garcia! Good chance. And he kind of sliced it.
It was all created by Gerrard. As soon as he gets the ball, the game goes up a notch in pace. Brilliant play by Gerrard. Switches the play. They get it out wide on the overlap. Little flick. Aurelio's cross was knocked out. Miss hit by Ferdinand, and that's not the best of strikes really from Garcia. Comes out. Doesn't really look like hitting the target, does he?
Pennant with the header. Gerrard again. Much faster start by Liverpool than we saw at Sheffield United last week. We've got a free kick here for that little push on Peter Crouch.
Rio Coker trying to get a nibble from the wrong side, tracking back. There you can see he just comes right across Peter Crouch, no doubt about that one. Just while he gets that right, free kick.
And the new man, Fabio Aurelio, is quite an expert with these. The man who's the first Brazilian to play for Liverpool. It's one for a left footer really from this kind of angle, though Gerrard is hovering with intent as well. But he takes a mean free kick, this Brazilian. It is Fabio Aurelio, and just the merest hint of a header from Konchesky diverted it away.
It's good play. Look, he retreats at the last moment. I think Carroll's beaten. I don't know if he's going to hit the target, 50-50 whether it was, but Konchesky heads it away. Carroll's beaten. He just retreats at the last moment just to get back on the line and make up that extra body.
Vital, wasn't it, that by Konchesky? Good decision. Carroll elects to punch. Of course, the Kop have always been kind to goalkeepers, haven't they? But I don't think they'll forget that Roy Carroll's a former Manchester United keeper.
They're only kind to you when you're throwing one in. There's no doubt about that.
It's Aurelio. Painter got it away. It fell to Bellamy. Couldn't quite get it under control. And West Ham glad to get a free kick. West Ham, by the way, they're having a Beatles weekend here in Liverpool this weekend. Big concerts all around the city. And it was in the year that the Beatles had their first #1, 1963, that West Ham last won at Anfield. Geoff Hurst and Martin Peters on the score sheet that day, and Roger Hunt for Liverpool. All three going on to be part of England's World Cup winning side 3 years later. That long ago.
That long ago. I would have been 4, Ian.
Goodness me. Alonso wins the header. This is Nigel Rio-Coker, the captain. Good work from him. Bobby Zamora. Bowyer's come towards the near post, and it's gone in! That's a mistake by Pepe Reina. And Bobby Zamora gets yet another one. He really is a Bobby Dazzler, isn't he, this season? What a mistake, though, by Reina.
What a mistake, but everything Zamora's doing at the moment as he holds his hand up across his mouth is turning into gold. He makes a great run out into a wide situation out on that right-hand side for West Ham. He mishits the cross, but Reina's trying to anticipate the cross, starts coming out a little bit, then can't adjust and can only parry it into his own net. It's Bobby's goal, there's no doubt about that, because that's going in. He certainly didn't mean it. And that is an awful bloomer from Reina, trying to anticipate the cross and then couldn't adjust.
Extraordinary. Liverpool try to come straight back. That's a stunner. First time West Ham have scored on this ground for 5 years. But what is it with Pepe Reina against West Ham? He made 2 howlers in normal play during the FA Cup final before his 3 saves in the penalty shootout.
Exactly, Konchesky scored from a cross in that game, and even Paul Konchesky will tell you that was a cross. But here's Bobby, when he drifts out wide. It's a good run in the first place, but he mishits the cross. It's on his weaker side, his right side, and he just catches it flush But Reina anticipating, can't get back. He goes out on his right foot, comes back onto his left, Reina. Can't adjust in time, and they can only parry it in. Goalkeeping error. Try telling Bobby Zamora that. That's 4 for the season. Top scorer.
That was a real hammer horror, wasn't it, for Pepe Reina. Benayoun. And Harewood's in here! Oh, that could have easily been 2. Probably should have been.
Well, that is a great chance that Marlon Harewood missed there. It's on his weaker left side. Great little ball from Benayoun in behind. He's level, he's not offside. He's got to slide this in on the near post. Tries to strike it across, and he mis-hits it completely. I wonder if West Ham are going to pay for that one come the end of the day, because that was a brilliant opportunity to go 2 up.
Finnan back to Gerrard. Good looking ball in, but Anton Ferdinand was there. Quite a start here at Anfield. It's definitely Zamora's goal. The ball was on its way into the net, not an own goal by Reina. I think that much is very clear. This is Alvelio on this side. Been a difficult week for Liverpool. They had a long and tortuous journey to Kiev, and it was a close-run thing for Rafael Benitez's side. They did get through into the Champions League against Maccabi Haifa, but they didn't get back until about 5 o'clock in the morning. There was a lot of travelling. It's not the best preparation for their second league game.
I think West Ham fancied they could always get in behind with Zamora and Harewood. That's how it goes. On the right-hand side, Zamora, then Harewood.
Start 9 for Operation Anfield and exercise.
Alonso finds Finnan. There's been plenty of pep about Liverpool's work, but that goal, that mistake by their keeper has shell-shocked the crowd here. Agger's ball measured for Aurelio. Can't quite make anything of it. Bobby Zamora now has 4 goals already this season, and this is only West Ham's 3rd game. He might not be in the team if Dean Ashton hadn't broken his ankle in England training. Probably wouldn't be. Ferdinand with the angled ball looking for Marlon Harewood, who had such a great season last year in the Premiership for West Ham with 16 goals.
Well, that's where they're going to get their chances. Harewood drifting out wide, and Zamora. He did for the goal, and Harewood got in behind. If Liverpool hold that high line, they have got the pace to get in behind them. Already Zamora's scored with a little bit of a miscue. And Harewood had a great chance when he was put through.
Rio Coca. Hansel. Ryan's done well there. It's a pretty bad miscue by Luis Garcia. Just an awkward challenge more than anything by Tennant. We'll do a free kick though.
Awkward challenge, but a silly challenge, because Lee Bowyer was going nowhere. Going out towards the touchline. He'd done the job, Pennant, and then just give him a little shove in the back. He's giving away a free kick in a dangerous situation on this left-hand side.
Zamora and Harewood, the terrible twins, are in there again. They've got a cracking record together when they started. Bowyer played deep, a bit too deep for Anton Ferdinand.
Well, here's Bobby Zamora's goal again. It was a great run out wide, and that's what I was talking about, drifting out there. He looks up, he's trying to cross it, miscues it. Catches it flush, ends up driving it instead of curling it behind that back 4. And that's what catches Reina out. No excuses from Reina, that was a bloomer.
Oh yeah, trying to pick up Marlon Harewood. just trying to put it behind him, isn't he? Pepe Reina. 30 clean sheets last year. The best since Bruce Grobbelaar's days a couple of decades ago at Liverpool.
A wonderful start he's had this season. 3 tap-ins, around 8 yards and in, and then a miscue as well. Proper striker's goals is what he said to me yesterday.
And he had to wait ages, as I recall, for his first ever Premiership goal, didn't he, as well? When it's going for you, it's going for you. Carroll, not what he meant, to Pennant. Francesco was across to do the covering. Hayden Mullins. This is Panso. And the West Ham fans who've made this long journey through the morning are chanting, "We are top of the league." Well, they will be, if only for a few hours, should they hold on here. A lot of football left in this yet, though. Garcia. Aurelio. Flicked on by Bellamy towards Crouch. Didn't quite drop for him.
Couldn't adjust his feet quick enough, Crouchy. It was difficult, all coming in, but at the moment West Ham on this right-hand side, funneling Pennant into the bodies. And he wants to get round on that outside and get his crosses in, similar to the chance which he set up for Peter Crouch for the penalty claim. At the moment, they're pushing him inside into the bodies.
Well, Bellamy's not happy that the free kick's been given there for that challenge on Rio Coker, and has had plenty to say here to Alan Wiley.
He had a couple of little nibbles at Rio Coker. And I don't think he can really grumble at that one, can he? Mind you, I think he'll grumble at anything.
It is a West Ham free kick. Harewood wanted it, but it's too long for him.
Well, he was calling for it out wide, and I think Ferdinand was right. He was sort of saying, make you run inside, come across the centre-backs and get your header in. Of course, the ball's drifted aimlessly out of play as soon as Marlon Harewood misses that one.
For the second week running, though, Liverpool are going to have to come from behind if they want anything. They were trailing at Sheffield United too.
The goal's definitely knocked them back a little bit, Ian, isn't it? They had a bright start. Stevie Gerrard was driving from midfield, but it's just gone, goals change games. It's just gone into a little bit of a lull for them. They need to pick it up again.
And it's given West Ham, of course, a huge lift. Pansel's down injured on that far side. It's interesting with him, he says his name's Paintsil. That's P-A-I-N-T-S-I-L, but his passport says Pansor, and all the documentation says Pansor, so that's the name he's going to be given, even though it's not correctly spelled. It's a strange one.
Maybe we just call him John, eh?
That'll be even more confusing, John. It's lost in translation somewhere. It's speaking to Liverpool's new man, Dirk Kuyt, before the game, and he said, "Call me what you like." It's Hout in Dutch. Kuyt, Kuyt, whatever you like. Liverpool say it's Kuyt, so if he does come on, that's what we'll call him. Xabi Alonso. Craig Bellamy. Susan Aurelio. Bellamy. Away by Ferdinand. Not very far, though. Finnan. Crouch. Flipped on. It's Craig Bellamy. Aurelio! Deep into the Kop. Way into the Kop.
Well, Bellamy set up Aurelio there. I think he had Benayoun one-on-one. I think it would have been better served just going at him. Probably the least effective defensive midfield player up against him, Bellamy, having a great opportunity to square him up and get his cross in.
Well, they've added this pace, haven't they, this season, Liverpool, with Bellamy and Pennant. And here is Bellamy showing that speed. Loves to come out into these wide areas.
That's where he does his best work, because he runs from central positions out wide, dragging centre-backs out there, getting in behind full-backs, and he really is a workaholic.
Operation Anfield exercise.
Council's in the wars. He's been walked in the face as well. They're just doing a sort of safety exercise while the game's going on, if you're wondering what all the noise is. We were as well for a moment. And a guy standing in the tunnel on that far side tried a header as well. Wasn't a bad one. He's got a story to tell when he gets back. It is a football city, all right. Here is Peter Crouch. So he tried to pick up his run. That was a miscue by Bowyer. It could have been costly. It wasn't. Gerrard. And then Konchesky getting it away. West Ham United ahead after 12 minutes here. What was really intended as a cross by Bobby Zamora, palmed into his own net by Pepe Reina, but Zamora's goal, because it was on target going in.
Both teams just going for a little phase of giving the ball away at the moment.
It has to be a free kick, doesn't it? Garcia's challenge. Bit of the WWF there, wasn't it? Konchesky won the ball. That's what the referee thought too. Steve Finnan on this side. West Ham showed last season they're nobody's pushovers in this league in their first season up after promotion. A wonderful finish of 9th. They got to the FA Cup final as well. Brilliant stuff. They've got to build on it this season. They've made a brightish start, not only to the season but here today too. Herpia. Luis Garcia brought it down expertly. And it was a nice piece of work by the Spaniard.
He's done ever so well, really. Pansel committed himself to the cross. Just dummied to head it and took it on his chest, but just that little bit too far. West Ham have done really well, really, not to allow Liverpool to get some, well, crosses in from dangerous areas, getting in behind them. Pennant, as I said before, being shoved inside, and Garcia wants to come back on his right foot on the other side. Only one cross for Peter Crouch to really attack at the moment, and that was for the penalty claim.
Bellamy flicked it on to Crouch. Garcia has found Craig Bellamy. Crouch is waiting in the middle, but Bellamy's ball really was too early for him.
Well, you got that right, Ian. Crouch wasn't up there with him because he breaks so quickly. Then he needs to delay, just maybe square that defender up and take him on. There's no one in there. He's not going to score from there. It's a shot at goal, and Crouch is never going to get there in time to maybe slide it home.
Picked up by Rio Coca, trying to make a run through. Agger gets it back. No Jamie Carragher, of course, in that Liverpool defence, or John Arisa. Those two should be fit in a couple of weeks for Liverpool's next league game. That is the Merseyside derby at Goodison, by the way. Followed by a trip to Chelsea. Benayoun. Zamora's done well again here. This time it goes back to Reina. No question of a back pass. Some of the West Ham fans hopefully asked for that.
There's another miss-hit cross, and it nearly went in.
They're all the rage.
He's trying to hit that one in behind the defence. That one took a deflection.
He's getting his own chant from the travelling homeless fans as well, Bobby Zamora at the moment. Aurelio. Driven hard. It was a lovely ball in. Just needed a touch. Didn't get one.
Well, that was a great strike. That's got two chances. One going directly in because Carroll was unsure. And the other chance, of course, that someone slides it in coming in on the far side. But their pace on it was so much that they couldn't get onto it. It was a super strike. I don't think Roy Carroll would have had much chance of it. It's the target on the far side, or if anyone had got a touch.
Gabadon's challenge on Crouch. Gabadon was voted West Ham's player of the season last year, and there were plenty of contenders. Craig Bellamy had a word there with Roy Carroll. He's not usually short of one. Been bright early on, isn't he? This Aurelio on the left-hand side for Liverpool. This is Agger.
He likes getting forward, and it's important he does. Garcia not really a naturally wide player. He likes to drift inside, so he's got to get up in support and beyond him.
Here's Peter Crouch to Jermaine Tennant. Finnan. In the air, but Gerrard's picked it up. You'll have to watch that. Mellon's trying to track him every time he comes forward.
Oh, his first touch just didn't get it out of his feet there, Stevie G, because that was not a bad chance. Half-hit clearance. He was the first onto it.
Yet to get off the mark this season, Steven Gerrard, after 23 last season in all competitions, which was absolutely terrific, of course. 2 against this opposition in the cup final. Bellamy here towards Crouch, couldn't quite get on the end of it. Gabadon was with him. Knocking at the door a bit here now, Liverpool. Alonso. Aurelio plays it in. Crouch does get ahead of Bellamy. Was free. Had Crouch been able to knock it down to him.
Well, he headed for goal instead of cushioning it down for Bellamy. Cross came in from the left-hand side from Aurelio. As you see, Crouchy gets up. He's got time to just cushion that down to Bellamy. He's not going to score from there. And he takes the wrong option.
Quite a lot of competition now for striking places. Robbie Fowler, of course, scored with a penalty at Sheffield United, and on the bench today, the £10 million new man from Feyenoord, Dirk Kuyt. It's Liverpool's ball on that far side. And there is Kuyt, who was so prolific in Dutch football with Feyenoord. 20 or more goals in each of the last 4 seasons. Can he do it in the Premiership as well? Carries on like this, we might see him sooner rather than later.
And they've got a different range of strikers now. You can say Bellamy, pace, Crouch, obviously his aerial ability, Fowler, prowess, and Kuyt, a little bit of everything. So different strikers that he can afford to mix and match.
Alonso, not like him. Wayward ball, wasn't it? Picked up by Zamora. Rio Coca. That's a nice play, wasn't it? And Alonso's got a chance to atone for his error, which he did. Feeds Bellamy. Tennant just forced a little wider than he might have wanted to be, but that's a lovely cross in. It's towards Bellamy. It's fallen to Luis Garcia on this side, and again he didn't really get hold of it.
He pulled it back on his weaker left footy, and I thought sure that he maybe would have moved the ball to his right foot and maybe got a curler in there. Easy pickings again for Carroll.
Back come the Hammers with Ben Ayoun, who always has a good eye for something creative. Usually he's the spark of so much good work by West Ham United. Rio Copa, a million miles off the England team. He was on standby for the World Cup until an injury after a great season last year. The young skipper. Pennant here for Liverpool. Finnan's got forward here. It's a good attack so far. Down the coverage, but it's Hayden Mullins this time who gets it away for West Ham. So far, so good for them.
First time they got round the back on the right-hand side, and it was Finnan in advance of Pennant. West Ham giving the ball away up one end and then paying the price up the other.
Finnan's cross. Herpia's come forward as well. Out to Alonso. Is Xabi Alonso. Oh, he got hold of that all right. Right at Roy Carroll, however.
Well, it may have been right at Roy Carroll, but you can see that ball was moving in the air. He opted to catch it. In the end, he sort of gathered it back in. You can see shaking about in the air there. There's a little bit of a fumble, but eventually he gets it back into his body.
Wasn't a bit of ball tampering, was it, Tony?
Oh, don't start.
Here's Agger on towards Bellamy. That's a lovely ball, wasn't it? Gerard Pennant made something of it with his speed getting on the end of it, and they do get a corner here. Liverpool just building a head of steam. They expect to win at Anfield, and they usually do. Behind at the moment, though. Lots of work for West Ham to do. First job to get to half-time. Gerrard just lost his balance at the crucial moment. Rio Coca, and they're looking for things on the break, and they might get something. It's Zamora. This time Rangers out. They had to win that. He did.
And again, simple ball over the top. Liverpool left a little bit exposed. This time Reina gets it right. Playing as the sweeper, clearing his lines.
Konchesky was well read by Finnan. Got the ball back for Liverpool. Now Pennant. Where can they take it? Bellamy let it run to Gerrard. Well done though by Danny Gabardon. But back it comes again. They're getting pinned back here. West Ham can't keep the ball. They let that Pennant foul play there.
They're a little bit too deep at the moment. There's chances to be had at the other end if they can push a little bit further. And here's the ball of the game so far, Stevie Gerrard. Middle of the park, hitting across the ball. Look at the pace on this ball. Drives it, hardly leaves the floor. Jermaine Pennant doesn't need to break stride. What a wonderful ball that is.
Great technique, isn't it? Great
See
technique.
the way he hits the ball? He hits across it, so it curves back into the path of Pennant. That's a wonderful skill.
Yeah, that really was an artist at work. Good to see. Luis Garcia, and offside against Craig Bellamy. Had a good Premiership return last season for Blackburn. 13 goals in the Premiership, 4 others too. Really showed some very good form. Coming up on Sky Sports, plenty of football for you to watch as always. Manchester City coming up against Arsenal. That's later today. And Valencia against Real Betis as the Spanish League gets underway. Herpia here. And Pennant. Gerrard with another wonderful football on a broad canvas to find Luis Garcia. And well played. Danny Gabardon got there first. Bellamy's ball comes down with snow on it. Crouch goes to the floor. Nobody appeals for a penalty.
What a great ball from Gerrard. Switch play, and then they switched it again. Another cross, and great defending from Gabardon. Good all-round play from both sides.
Fascinatingly poised game here at Anfield. Now, Liverpool haven't lost in the league since last October when Chelsea won 4-1 here. That's a run of 16 games, including 14 victories. Can West Ham end that run? Zamora's nice little chest down to Rio Coca. He's very strong, isn't he? He's done very well. Found Harewood. Zamora had come near post and wanted it there. Didn't get it there. Bowyer was on the back post too.
And every time they go forward, they look dangerous. That square back four of Liverpool just gives you a chance of getting round on the sides. This time it's another miss it cross for Marlon Harewood, which nearly gives them problems. You can see Zamora makes his run to the near post. And Marlon Harewood overhits it. But there are chances to be had. Every time they get in that last third, they're looking dangerous against that Liverpool back four.
Zamora is moving a bit uneasily after that. Keep an eye on that for you. Bowyer. Zamora chases it. Seems okay. Just limping a little after he'd gone in for that ball just now. Agger brings it out here for Liverpool. Pencil. That's pretty neat. I think it went out of play though. Recommended to West Ham by Yossi Benayoun. He was playing in the Israeli league. Had a habit of producing an Israeli flag every time Ghana scored at the World Cup. Kept it in his sock. Bowyer lays it forward. Mullins. One for Marlon Harewood to chase with Aurelio. Harewood very, very strong. It is a free kick. He does put it in the back of the net, but the whistle had long since gone.
I don't think he needs to foul him here. I think Aurelio's always struggling. He gives him a start. Ball over the top from Mullins. Gives Aurelio a start. He's catching him. He doesn't need really to pull him back there because he's falling over. Fortunate to get away with it, Aurelio.
Certainly did pull him back though, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a foul, definite foul. He didn't need to do it here. He's always worrying him.
Agger almost invited to shoot here, which he does, and puts it in the back of the net. Daniel Agger with his first ever goal for Liverpool, and what a goal.
Well, it's a wonder strike from Agger, a wonder strike. They're just letting the centre-back have the ball, letting him bring it out, and then he just lets fly. You can see everyone just lets him have the ball. They all back off, back off, back off. He hits across it. Look at the curl on that. Talking about Stevie Gerrard's pass, and look at that. It's the same skill, hitting across the ball. It's starting straight, and then it goes right in the corner. Lovely bit of a reverse swing. Carroll's got no chance. Great strike from Agger. Wonderful goal.
Great goal from the 21-year-old Dane, who last year was named the find of the year in any sport in Denmark. What a moment for him. And Liverpool needed it too. And that has brought the cup to life on their centenarian. Crouch is looking to close in. Gabardon gets it away. Bit of a misunderstanding between Gabardon and Roy Carroll, who wanted that. And here come Liverpool again. Xabi Alonso. Crouch, and then Pennant looking to measure one. But the thing is, from West Ham's point of view, I mean, great goal, and nobody should take anything away from it. But look at West Ham's defenders. They just let him line it up.
Well, they're all backing off, marking the strikers, marking midfield players. They allow him the strike, but what a strike. You've still got to have the execution. And the skill of hitting across the ball and getting that reverse swing gives Carroll no chance whatsoever. It's a great strike.
Great strike and a good game here again between these two sides who served up such a mouth-watering feast at the Millennium Stadium in May. Gerrard rather dived in at Lee Bowyer there. That's going to be a free kick. I don't think he made any contact, but the ref didn't like it. Thought it was a bit on the reckless side.
I think it was the intent of the foul. He's given it. There wasn't any contact. He loses control, and in his desperation to get it back, Bowyer's there first, takes it away.
Last week there was very little contact, if any, with Gerrard when he won that penalty at Sheffield United from Chris Morgan. So many debating points already this season with the referees, two of whom lost their appointment for this big match today because the powers that be weren't happy with them. That's why Alan Wiley's got the job again between these two. Pennant has come off his right wing for the moment and finding Gerrard. Luis Garcia, who's come out to the right-hand side. Oh, beautifully worked. Crouch, this will be some goal. It is as well. What a move and what a goal by Liverpool. Peter Crouch scores it.
Well, it's a great move, and at the end, a great finish from Peter Crouch. Started from one side, Pennant switches, great ball from Gerrard, lovely run from Garcia across the defence, lovely little ball in behind West Ham, takes it round the keeper Carroll, and then blasts it home Peter Crouch. That's the ball, that's the run, hard to stop. Lovely little reverse pass there, lovely quick feet from Peter Crouch. 2-1 to Liverpool. Look at this reverse ball. Lovely little ball, only 3 or 4 yards, lovely weight on it, and Crouch takes it round Carroll and plants it home.
And Anton Ferdinand, I beg your pardon, is laid out by the post, crashed into the post as that was scored. First league goal of the season for Peter Crouch, but his third already. This is a player, of course, who had to wait for his 19th game for his first goal last season, not to mention those he's been getting for England, 8 in 12 games. Ferdinand, I think, is going to be okay. It was a nasty collision for Anton.
Well, he's coming back on the line, trying to stop it. The ball goes through his legs and crash. He goes straight into the post, right into his midriff. Probably just winded.
There's only one winner, isn't there? Game's been turned on its head, though, by those two Liverpool goals. That was a thing of beauty, really, that Liverpool goal. What a lovely ball by Luis Garcia, and expertly finished by Peter Crouch.
Two very different goals, but two great goals nonetheless. One a great strike and one a great move.
Liverpool ahead here in a breathless first half. Much more pep and fire about Liverpool than we saw last week at Bramall Lane. I'm sure the West Ham fans are thinking, oh, here we go again at Anfield. Work there for Panzer to do, with Pennant breaking in behind him. They've just switched the two wide men round, Liverpool. Pennant left now, Luis Garcia right.
Yeah, West Ham just pulled up Marlon Harewood out to that right-hand side and left Zamora on his own up front. I just feel the best way for West Ham forward in this game is to attack Liverpool, because that's where their weakness is, at the back. They're good going forward, but their weakness is at the back. A couple of great goals though. What a blow just before the break.
Now West Ham have been stung by those goals. Bobby Zamora, his intended cross palmed into the net by Pepe Reino, is Zamora's goal, and Liverpool were struggling a bit until Daniel Agger came up with a storming equaliser, and then a wonderful second goal by Liverpool, finished off by Peter Crouch. Half-time here, Liverpool 2, West Ham 1.
And a real reversal of fortunes, as was the case in the Cup final 3 months ago. We'll have Alan Kirbishley's thoughts after the break. The 100th anniversary of the Cup at Anfield, and they've had plenty to celebrate. Agger's wonder strike to bring Liverpool level, and then a class pass leading to Peter Crouch's superb finish. 2-1 to the Reds.
Steven Gerrard's the one that just made break and finish him off.
As an opposition manager, where would you like to see Gerrard play? Where do you think he does less damage?
Funny enough, where he's playing now, in a 4-4-2, because he likes to get involved everywhere and drops off and doesn't really concentrate on getting in the box.
Thanks, Alan. They are ready for the second half. Let's rejoin Tony Gale and Ian Dart.
Right on cue, just underway. No changes so far for either side, but as the boys were talking about there in the studio, the temptation will grow, of course, for West Ham to introduce the likes of Carlton Cole and Teddy Sheringham. West Ham were very good last season, among the best sides in the Premiership for rescuing lost causes, but they've got a job on here at Anfield, where, just to repeat, they haven't won for 43 years. Like they need reminding.
They've got to keep in a positive frame of mind and know that when they do go forward, they were giving Liverpool problems. You're going to have problems with Liverpool's attack. That's the chance you have to take.
Bellamy lays it in here to Gerrard. Had to dig it out from under his feet. It was bouncing towards that corner of the net. That was what Roy Carroll was thinking. Couldn't take a chance.
He was scrambling across his goal, Roy Carroll. Not the best of strikes from Stevie Gerrard. Not one of his best, anyway. Just trying to curl it in that far corner and was always dragging it a little bit wide. Carroll was certainly scrambling across his goal. Maybe tried to start off going one way, anticipating, and then going the other.
Of course, West Ham have signed Robert Green, who's still recovering the groin injury that kept him out of the World Cup squad, but he'll be ready quite soon to give Carroll a run for his money for the place, I'm thinking. Benayoun. Wood battling away. Pansor plays it on for West Ham. Can they bite back here, having been stunned by those 2 goals just before the break? Liverpool do have a bit of a problem at left back at the moment. Aurelio, who played left midfield, is Sheffield United gone back into that position here. He has played there many times before, but Stephen Warnock's injured, so is John Arisa at the moment. So even Liverpool with their big squad a bit stretched at the moment. 6 injuries. West Ham have got Dean Ashton out for about 4 months with this broken ankle, and Matthew Etherington hasn't been fit for the start of the season, and he, of course, regular wide left. This is Bellamy. Now Garcia. Leo Coker, Mr. Dependable in that midfield for West Ham. One for Harewood to chase. And Agger, who's got his own personal fan club here today, gets it away. There was a big sign up earlier on. It's been put away now at half-time, I think from the Danish branch of the Liverpool fan club. crutch. Gerrard, Bellamy trying to get in between the defenders there, using his speed. Thinks he was impeded. Alan Wiley doesn't.
Nice little ball in behind from Stevie Gerrard. We talk about his driving runs and his pace, but he sees things so early, one touch as well. Great little ball in behind Bellamy. I don't think Pansil does much wrong there. Comes across the path of Bellamy, but not a foul.
When West Ham did get forward in that first half, they did look dangerous. And that will give them some hope. Steven Gerrard saying in the match programme today, this is a must-win after drawing our first game. Can't afford to get too far behind again, as they did early on last season. They've only played once, but they're already 5 behind Manchester United. This is Bellamy. Bounce wasn't coming to him, really. This is Luis Garcia, but Daniel was quickly in. Agger doing the covering. Here's Pennant. Two-footed skills as ever from the winger, and it's now Gerrard here. More drive from the midfield from him. Finnan. Pennant back on the right-hand side. Good run by Steve Finnan there. Very good movement from Liverpool. These fans here dreaming that maybe after the long wait since 1990, they can maybe regain the championship this time around.
It was great movement. It wasn't the best of final balls from Finnan. The build-up was super, leading up to that cross. Gerrard again prominent. Good driving run from the middle of the park.
For certain, they're not going to drop too many points at Anfield. They certainly didn't last season. Rafa Benitez saying earlier on that they're a different side at home, as most teams are, aren't they? Extra confidence and belief backed by this big noisy crowd. Dirk Kuyt is being prepared for his debut here early in the second half. He's not on yet. Pennant. Who makes way? From Shaw Bellamy. Pansil. Good looking ball in. Harvey had to almost head it out of Pepe Reina's hands. This is Hayden Mullins for West Ham United. Zamora. Now Gabadon. Benayoun flicks it onto Pansil. Here's the Ghanaian right back. Mullins. It's towards Zamora, and he's going on the full kick.
And that should give him a little bit of confidence. About 10-12 passes keeping the ball. The final ball wasn't the best. It is a nice ovation for the new boy.
It's Peter Crouch who comes off. It has been a long week with a European trip. That's probably the thinking here. Peter Crouch has done his job with a goal. And on comes Dirk Kuyt for his Liverpool debut after scoring 71 goals in 101 appearances for Feyenoord. A phenomenal record, but can he do it in this league? Here's his first touch straight away. It's going to be a shot too. Starting as he means to go on.
Well, a little optimistic when you first come on, but again, everyone loves this strike, hitting across the ball and getting that reverse swing. Kuyt tries it here, doesn't hit the target. Wouldn't that have been a story?
It seemed he was on more wanted list than the Cray twins, didn't it? Everybody was looking at him. Everybody was threatening to buy him. Liverpool eventually did. There's a hand in there. You know, you can't go on like that, says the referee to Coit. Seemed very excited when we spoke to him before the kick-off. Coit about the day. Garcia is towards him. He's got a header in as well. I tell you what, it's some start, isn't it?
Well, he's not as tall as Crouch, but he's strong in the air. You can see him peel off the far side on the defender, peel off his back, and then get his header in back across the goal. Unlucky.
It's gone out of play. Zamora again. Alonso onto Gerrard. Gerrard through to Coit, who's just offside. Must have been close-ish.
It was a close one. West Ham gave the ball away, and that allowed Gerrard the space. Coit was nearly through from near the halfway line.
Fascinating to see the new boy and what he might do. They're trying to find him with almost every pass at the moment. That one didn't find the target. Ferdinand helping it through to Lee Bowyer. Now it's Bobby Zamora, and now it's Yossi Benayoun for West Ham United. Can they come up with a little moment of invention to get themselves back into this? That's not a great clearance by Alonso. Flipped on towards Harewood. Finnan was fouled.
Here's Gerrard's ball to Coit. He found himself in an acre of space after West Ham had given it away. There's the pass. Oh, that is jolly close.
Well, I think he's onside. I think that's level, isn't it?
Yeah, it looked like he was level in, didn't it? Level on Danny Gabidon, the last man in the middle.
That was a big decision because Coit would have been through on goal.
Always difficult, though, for the linesman, that one. Is that crossover point. Defender coming up and forward going through.
Luis Garcia, yeah, I think it's almost impossible with the naked eye, to be honest. Zamora. Bowyer keeping himself out of trouble at Anfield today. He has been sent off in his last two visits here. Benayoun invited to shoot, and does. And it's wide.
Well, it opened up nicely for him. Rio Coca made a run beyond him. That took the defenders away. As he starts to cut in, Rio Coca makes a run on the outside, and he comes inside, gets his shot away just wide of the post.
Pennant, meanwhile, for Liverpool. Oh, was nearly onto that. It was just a little too much weight on it for him. Otherwise, Liverpool would have been in business again.
Stretching out nicely, though, isn't it? Get the game in. West Ham taking a few more risks.
Yeah. There's a real good ebb and flow to it, isn't there? Zamora looking for a 1-2 with Bowyer. It's Bobby Zamora, who's just stopped in his run by Aurelio.
I think he was checked there. There's a nice little 1-2. Trying to get past that square back four again. Just maybe checked in his stride.
Anton Ferdinand. Rio Coca. Harewood on this right hand. That's a lovely ball in. Bowyer couldn't quite get on the end of it, but that was pretty natty by West Ham.
Well, good build up again. It started from Anton Ferdinand at the back, came out nicely, played a little ball into midfield. Rio Coca, great cross by Harewood, probably too good. Caught it sweetly, and Bowyer just couldn't get in on that far side.
Well, I have hope, West Ham, because the last 18 times that Harewood and Zamora have started together, they've got 22 goals between them. This is offside against Bellamy. The flag went up a bit late-ish, but the assistant over there was entitled to take his time. This time Pennant, loads of room. Luis Garcia, and Gabidon had to get the foot in and did.
They're taking a few more risks, West Ham. That means they're holding a higher line. A couple of offsides have gone their way. Making for a good game, though. They had to do it to get more offensive. Giving a few chances to Liverpool going the other way. I think West Ham are better playing like this here. Better being positive.
That's credit to West Ham. They're being quite adventurous about this. They do need this goal. And they're going for it all right. Committing men forward. Benayoun again into the danger area. Well, of course, the trade-off with that is they're leaving one or two more gaps to exploit, like this one that Bellamy's breaking into. Wasn't easy, that, for Carroll. Ferdinand's ball back to him. And West Ham, with difficulty, have just about got it away.
Well, they're trusting the two centre-backs, Gabidon and Ferdinand. They know they've got a bit of pace. So have Liverpool up front, Pennant, Bellamy, now Coit. There's going to be some good chases in this second half.
Yeah, they're rolling the dice, West Ham, all right. West Ham fans are having a go at the Liverpool supporters for not singing. The Cop are a bit quiet, aren't they, this second half? Come on, it's their birthday. West Ham's throw. A change here, the winger Mark Gonzalez coming on, the Chilean international. Arrived after a long battle to get him a work permit. He had injury problems as well last year. Scored 3 minutes after coming on for his debut in the Champions League against Maccabi Haifa. That turned out to be a pretty vital goal, the way things panned out in the tie. Getting a pretty good draw as well in the Champions League this week. Zamora back to Konchesky. Benayoun trying to work something on that right hand side, but West Ham managing to play much more of the game now in Liverpool's half.
And they're pushing right in. As I said, they're trusting the centre-backs, Ferdinand and Gabidon, sometimes going 2-on-2. Just trusting them maybe to deal with that forward line.
Boya. Now Benayoun. His little ball in. It's not really away by Alonso. Finnan got his head to it. It's a good spell this for West Ham, and Benayoun again. He might be important. Here it is. Yossi Benayoun. Oh, lovely footwork from him. Very, very important challenge there from Finnan.
Great skill from Benayoun. This is Benayoun at his best, and you daren't touch him. Makes the run into the area, plays off of Marlon Harewood. Nice little back heel. Lovely little drag round the corner. Intervention from Finnan, just in the nick of time.
Some buy, wasn't he, Benayoun? £2.5 million. I think Bolton were very close to getting him as well. Raw Craftsman. Quick's given that one away. Yeah, we're trying to find his way through. Aurelio was very strong, and the flag does go up again against Bellamy here.
I think he works on the theory, if you moan hard enough, then the linesman might give you the next one in your favour.
Ferdinand. Panso. West Ham trying to push Liverpool back.
He's gained a foul down in the corner here. The linesman signalled for the foul immediately. No need to foul Panso. He wasn't going anywhere. They had a 2-on-1 situation. Liverpool defending it. Needless foul to give away. Give Konchesky a chance to whip it in with his left peg on this side.
And we've got 5 players waiting in there, West Ham, for this. And the acrobatic effort from Panso ends up in the Kop.
There's the linesman on the far side. He's under a little bit of pressure. There's going to be a few of these calls for him today. Bellamy going. And there you can see, I think he's just offside. The linesman calls that one right.
Stephen Artis is the official on that far side, incidentally. Could have an interesting second half here. Pansel. Not very much that Marlon Hayward could do with that. Arena, probably the most relieved man in Anfield when Liverpool came up with those 2 goals to wipe out his error. Konchesky's ball in's gone a long way. Harewood. He was just caught, wasn't he, by Aurelio there? There might be a card for this. The referee's... Yep, it is. Aurelio is booked for that.
He came zooming over to close Harewood down. And again, another needless foul. A good situation in this right-hand corner for West Ham, this time an away swinger for Ben Ayoun.
They're all in there, including Anton Ferdinand. Ben Ayoun with the delivery. He took a deflection on the way through, and Mullen's header was harmless in the end. Liverpool playing almost like an away side on the break, as indeed they can afford to do with a 2-1 lead. Mark Gonzalez. Now Steven Gerrard. Looking for the little under ball for Kuwait, who'd made a good run, the Dutchman. Rio Coca leading the charge for West Ham. Play by Agger. They've worked that well, Liverpool. Gonzalez to Kuwait, the 2 new men. And Kuwait's touch was very, very heavy, way too heavy. A bit disappointing that from him.
Well, he just panicked a little bit. West Ham came out holding that line again. He maybe just could have delayed and waited for a midfield runner to get beyond them.
Despite all his goals in Holland, not everybody was convinced about Kuwait. There's a little bit of a debate about whether he will be a hit in England. We shall see. Wasn't overly convincing at the World Cup when he came on for Holland. Ben Ayoun. Bowyer. Ben Ayoun's got it again. And he wants the free kick, and it's gone Liverpool's way there.
Oh, the ball goes out of Bowyer. He just takes a heavy touch on it, and it's sliding into Huppier. I think he's trying to pull out of it, Sami Huppier, because he realises that the foot's up. In goes Bowyer on the tackle. It's on the ball, fortunately, but the studs were up. Catches the ball, it goes over that ball, and it's a real... could be a real one on the leg, but the referees gave the foul, but he did get the ball. That was the key to it.
Yeah, it wasn't over the top of the ball, was it?
No, he did get the ball, but his studs were up.
Yeah, he thought it was a bit dangerous, I think, the referee, which I guess is fair enough. One by Alonso, then Konchesky. Gerrard trying to find his way through the little gap. It didn't exist in the end. Rio Coca. A rare error from him.
And that's where he's got to get a little bit better in. He's got great energy, great lungs getting forward and back, but his final ball sometimes gets him down and he gets a bit wasteful. Great up-and-coming player.
Nice ball round the corner, that from Kuwait. Bellamy! But the flag's up, it's not going to count. It's been ruled out for offside by the assistant Stephen Artis over there. It was a lovely goal, but it isn't going to count.
Well, he's been for West Ham so far on that far side. Great little bit of awareness here from Kuwait. Just turns it round the corner. And again, it's a close call. But it's just, I think he's just a fraction off, just on Konchesky. He's just gone a little bit too early. But it's a real close call. Great bit of awareness from Kuwait, though, to turn it round the corner. Outside of the foot first time.
I think you've got to give the official credit there. He's got that right. It was close. Just off, wasn't it?
Some real close ones. But he's got it right on the last couple of occasions.
Busy day over there for Stephen Artis.
Well, some stage I think the worry for West Ham and Alan Pardew is he'll fed up of giving the offsides, and I'm sure he's getting a little bit of stick behind him as well from the crowd. There's been some good calls from him so far.
Bellamy denied what would have been his first Premiership goal for Liverpool. I have to say too, it was a very astute little ball too from Dirk Kuyt, who would have enjoyed the moment and assist as big as that on his debut. I mean, they've watched this fella for a long time, obviously, before making the signing. They think he'll work. Here he is again. Pennant. Kuyt was the target. Gabadon got it away. Pennant again towards Kuyt, who just got a little bit of that blonde hair to it, but no more.
He's strong in the box. He's got great upper body strength. As I said, totally different to Peter Crouch, but he may be just as big a threat in the air. He loves attacking the ball, but there you can see just a little bit of a shove on Danny Gabidon.
Herpia wins the header. This is Bowyer. And then we'll have to take a decision here, and that's the sensible decision, really, for a goalkeeper in that sort of position. Jerzy Dudek still on the bench, of course, the Champions League hero of a couple of seasons ago. Here's Harewood trying to muscle in. It's corner. Well, quite clearly the next goal, if there's going to be one here, absolutely vital. 2-1 to Liverpool, who trailed by a goal to nil early on. In fact, after 12 minutes. West Ham's corner. Not a good one. Easily away by Gerrard. Gabadon, it's a difficult bounce for him. Bellamy hustling away with him. Bellamy is carrying out a running dialogue, almost the Gettysburg Address with the officials. Feeling very aggrieved that he hasn't got a goal and he hasn't got a couple of the close offside calls going his way either. Pencils the player down here.
And judging by his reaction, sometimes Craig Bellamy, you think he'd be the most hard done by striker around.
As you said, it's a bit of psychological warfare, isn't it, really? Konchesky. Oh, he's trying to get there. Herpia was in the way for Liverpool.
Signs are good, though, for West Ham in this second half, Ian. They haven't carved out many chances, but they played a lot better, and the ball's been in this half a lot more than it has been in the West Ham half. They've pushed right up, taken a few risks, and they need to get a little bit of a reward for it. Making a good game of it, certainly is. You wouldn't like to call it at the moment.
West Ham, of course, who had the UEFA Cup to look forward to this season after doing so well in the FA Cup last year. They played against Palermo in their first game, the Serie A side. It won't be easy. They've got a couple of Italy's World Cup squad.
Got a lot more movement in this second half, West Ham, in that midfield. Ben Ayoun and Bowyer, they keep switching around, trying to tuck themselves in behind the strikers. There's another change coming now.
Carlton Cole, who scored 10 seconds into his debut against Charlton, is coming on here. £2 million signing in the summer from Chelsea after seemingly any number of loans around the place. West Ham have paid the money, and Carlton Cole, well, he's already come up with one goal. If he could come up with one at Anfield, it would be a priceless asset, really, for West Ham United.
Marlon Hill had been brought off. He had that wonderful chance, of course, Ian, to put them 2 up in the first half, and it may have been such a different game. Carlton Cole, better in the air. Maybe not quite as quick as Marlon Harewood, but better in the air, really strong striker, and the fifth striker that he had on the books, of course, before the injury to Dean Ashton, and that's going to be a key this season, having all those strikers at his disposal. Alan Pardew.
He's getting good cover around the squad. They've spent nearly 8 million, West Ham United, in the summer. Liverpool nearly 25 million. 5 shopping days to go. West Ham have been linked with Steve Malbranc, who's in this cold war with Fulham at the moment, isn't he? It's Ben Ayoun playing it out to Konchesky. Agger gets it away. Liverpool quite content to look for things on the counter. Pennant into Bellamy. Gerrard. Oh, Gabidon just about found his feet in time with Coit closing in.
Good adjustment from Gabidon. A lovely little ball from Gerrard though.
No handball by Xabi Alonso. Certainly couldn't have been intentional that close. Alonso. Bowyer playing it forward. He created all 3 West Ham goals against Charlton on the opening day. Lee Bowyer. And Jermaine Pennant. Dirk Coit. Greg Bellamy. 2 new signings linking up over on that side. Here's Pennant again. Got a cross in. Pennant, of course, set up that vital goal for Liverpool away at Kiev against Maccabi Haifa in midweek in the Champions League. Ben Ayoun. Paul Konchesky, who scored in the FA Cup final against Liverpool and missed a penalty in the shootout, won 3-1 by Liverpool. Liverpool feel they should have had a penalty today as well for Crouch's being the victim of a shirt tugging. Zamora's cross is way too long for Carlton Cole. Stand by on Prem Plus later on for Manchester City against Arsenal. That's from 5 o'clock. And then tonight, Sky Sports Extra from the Spanish League, Valencia against Real Betis. I'm sure Rafael Benitez will be watching. Here's Carlton Cole. Gonzalez. Good work for the team there from the winger. Coit does well. He's been lively since he's come on. Enjoying the space too. Gonzalez to Gerrard. Liverpool would, of course, love to get a 2-goal cushion. You never know when it's only one, do you? Coit is well. Pennant goes down under the challenge from Rio Coca, but nobody really asked for a penalty.
As far as Liverpool were concerned, it was the wrong end. If it was at the Kop, the roar would have been a bit louder. The referee, well, you know.
Yes.
But he definitely got the ball there, Rio Coca. Just got a touch before Pennant.
It's fair to say during that 100 years, opposition defenders have rather dreaded making tackles in that penalty area, including Tony Gale.
Well, I think the Kop have won them as many penalties as their strikers.
You'll be getting the letters, and you can answer them.
I'm only joking, of course.
Here's Coit. Aurelio's made a run forward. Coit's invited to shoot. Carroll makes a good save low. That wasn't easy for him.
Well, that was a good save because it pitched just in front of him, making it very difficult. Defenders back off because of the runs being made either side. Pitch is just in front of him, and that's a good hand from Carroll to tip it round. That's difficult. Pitch is there, makes it difficult for keepers, and that's a good, strong wrist just to tip it around the goal for a corner.
Denied on his debut so far. Still time. Here's the Liverpool corner. Agger was attacking it. It's fallen to Coit again, and a very important clearance by Carlton Cole, back helping his defence.
Good defending from Carlton Cole. Very good in the air, but Coit very impressive so far, Ian. Always been in the game.
He's looked a live wire. Herpier. Herpier's won it back again. This is Fabio Aurelio. Carlton Cole, good strength, very good strength. No, too many red shirts. One of them was Jermaine Pennant as well. Coming up towards the last 10 minutes here. Daniel Agger. Now Mark Gonzalez. Oh, and that one again is bounced right in front of Carroll. Bit too hot to hold.
He's lucky no one's following it up, but the ball's moving about all over the place again, and if you can't get it in your hands, get your body behind the ball. Good stop from Roy Carroll. Very difficult pitching there.
Ben Ayoun. Hansel, and oh, just past the post. It seemed there that Lee Bowyer had to equalise for West Ham. And Rayner, I think, is going to get booked here for dissent, is he?
I don't know how Lee Bowyer's missed this one. I think he's a little bit surprised it comes this far across him. Tries to help it in the corner, doesn't really hit it with any conviction as the cross comes in from Pansil. Just clips off that far post and goes wide. That should have been 2-2 from Lee Bowyer. He's normally very good in those situations, getting into the area late, and you could bank on him scoring that one. 99 out of 100.
Scored twice here in his Leeds days. Lee Bowyer, he could have done with putting that one in for West Ham. They might not get any better chance than that. Bowyer tries to pick up Carlton Cole. That was a let-off for Liverpool, and no mistake. Pennant. Bellamy. And Gabadon. Getting it away, Danny Gabadon. Teams looked at him when he was at Cardiff City, but it was West Ham who splashed out the money, and it was proved to be a very good buy last season. Bolo Zenden's going to be introduced, and Teddy Sheringham here for West Ham, so both sides making a substitution. Looks like Rio Coca, the skipper, is coming off for West Ham. Extra striker on, of course, in Sheringham.
Number 8, Teddy Sheringham.
Booed as a former Manchester United man, of course. He won't mind that. And Pennant, who's been sprightly in this second half, is going to be replaced by Zenden.
The substitution for Liverpool is the 32, Bolo Zenden. Leaving the field, the 16, Jermaine Pennant.
Very appreciative applause for Pennant from the Kop. I think he's been voted an early hit.
He's going to give him something different. He's certainly going to allow Steve Gerrard to play that role in the middle of the park rather than out wide on the right.
Here is Zenden. Gonzalez. Teddy Sheringham. Every time he appears, he breaks the record as the oldest outfield player ever in the Premiership. He's gone past Gordon Strachan's previous record now. Wants to become the oldest scorer in the Premiership. And Zenden straight away, the two substitutes getting in a bit of argy-bargy there over what I'm not quite sure.
Well, I think Teddy was just trying to hold off Zenden, and he had his arm up a little bit high. And he kind of runs into it. You can see he's got his arm up there, he's holding him off. And he just catches him, I think, a little bit by accident. Taller man against a smaller man. Although Zenden didn't like it, he reacted. Teddy's gone into the middle of midfield. Oops. Little ball juggling on his nose. But he's gone into the middle of midfield in place of Rio Coca. He's going to push right on. He'll just leave Mullins as the only defensive midfield player in there. So West Ham are really going for it at the end.
Ferdinand. Up towards Carmichael, he couldn't get his head to it. Finnan gets it away, back in by Hayden Mullins. And Rayner comes out and takes charge. And starts a counter as well. Ferdinand's missed that. Bellamy's there with him. But between them, Ferdinand and Gabardon sorted out as they sorted out so many things for West Ham last year. Sheringham to Bowyer, and then towards Zamora. Gerrard. With a buzz every time he gets the ball. Here's Coit! Couldn't quite get the shot away in the way he wanted.
Didn't get the ball out from beneath his feet, but another wonderful ball. Stevie Gerrard going one way, pass with the other with the outside of his foot.
He's got a lovely selection headache among his strikers, isn't he? Rafael Benitez now.
Loads more attempts for Liverpool and more on target as well.
Pansel. Gonzalez fighting back with the challenge.
It doesn't tell the whole story of the game. I think the second half, West Ham have had a lot more of the game and played a lot of the half in the Liverpool half.
Pansel's cross in. West Ham still live in hope. And it's going to be easy for Pepe Reina. Time beginning to run out here for West Ham. Sheringham in this unfamiliar midfield role, being used as a kind of orchestrator. Just hoping his craft and football brain might just unlock something for the Hammers. Certainly worth a try in this situation. Coit. Gerrard. Pulled back across the face of goal. Bellamy had gone to a different position than that. Gerrard was entitled to think somebody might be there.
Well, they've struck up an understanding already, Coit and Gerrard, and it's an understanding that good players, well, they just have to each other. Great little run from Gerrard in front of Coit. Good little pass. Good drive across the area. But Bellamy, unfortunately, had checked out.
Fair to say that Dirk Coit is making an entirely favourable impression. Mullins. Great time for him to start, though, really, with the game so open for a new striker. And plenty of room out there. Liverpool close, but not quite there to their first Premiership win of the campaign. Alonso looking to work the little 1-2 with Gerrard. Alonso just limped away from that for a moment. It was a jolting challenge. Fair one.
I don't think Teddy Sheringham wants to be on this. He wants to be in the area.
Bowyer. Benayoun. Was he fouled there? I thought he was. Yep, it's going to be given.
Yeah, he was caught by Zenden. You see the trailing leg catches Benayoun. Definite foul. Good decision from the referee. Long way out. Worth a go.
Sheringham might fancy this. He's done it before. It's about 25 yards, mine.
Well, taking a run up like this, Teddy, I would imagine he's going to be hitting across the ball, trying to get that reverse swing that we've seen such a lot today.
In front of the Kop as well on this 100th anniversary day. It's Sheringham. He doesn't go for the shot, he goes for the chip towards Carlton. Cole! Mullins is in there, Cole again, and Rayner makes a big, big save.
Well, he fooled everyone. Lovely little chip from Sheringham.
Now the brakes on for Liverpool. Coit yet again. Dirk Coit deflected behind for a corner kick. He so much wants a debut goal, it won't arrive.
He does. He's not shy of having a shot, that's for sure. Lovely little free kick from Sheringham, stands it up, and he can't scramble it home. Get the shot away eventually, blocked by Rayner, and he gathers it in. And up the other end, Coit comes in, and he's only got one thing on his mind. He wants to score on his debut. Deflected away for a corner. Good game of football has been here.
Here's the Liverpool corner. It's late now. Mullins gets it away. It's going to be West Ham, so just overplayed rather untypically by Alonso. And that's a crazy deflection which ends up in Roy Carroll's arms. Craig Bellamy's still down injured on the far side. He felt that all right. It might not be Bellamy over there. No, it's Alonso it. Beg your pardon.
Takes the blow from Mears straight into the midriff.
He drilled a hole in him, didn't he, Tony?
Knocked all the puff out of him, that's for sure.
Well, it was Liverpool who came up with something late in that FA Cup final to rescue it. Can West Ham do that for Alan Pardew here? Liverpool, though, attacking at the moment. Once again, Coit. Ben Ayoun. And Alonso's come back on the pitch and appeared almost from nowhere to win the ball.
I think that's maybe a mistake from the referee, waving him on when West Ham were in possession on that side.
Aaron Mears was the player who was caught. Gets it away, the sign from Preston North End on the side. Preston had a great defence last year in the Championship. Hansel. Mears lays it back to Sheringham. Facing his first defeat of the campaign. It was obviously loomed up as a very difficult early fixture for West Ham United. Anything they could get here would certainly be a bonus. Just one goal would do it, but here's Gonzalez. That's another bite at the cherry as well, and feeds it through to Coit. Almost back to Gonzalez again. It was a nice attempted, clever piece of play by the two new Liverpool men. And then Gonzalez just getting involved in a bit of something and nothing with Anton Ferdinand.
I think Ferdinand and Gabidon have been outstanding in the second half. West Ham have had to take a few risks. It's left them a little bit exposed. But I think a pair of those have been outstanding in the centre of defence. And although they look like losing the game, they can take a lot from it here in West Ham today.
There's certainly been no push over here, have they? Zamora. Still might be something up towards Sheringham. Rain has come out, but the flag was up anyway for offside. Sheringham, who has scored 6 times against Liverpool in his long and distinguished career.
It was a great start for the Hammers in the game, wasn't it? Going 1 up, a bit of a fluke from Bobby Zamora, but the 2 goals, 2 great goals, 2 very different goals from Liverpool just before the break looked like deciding the game in what has been a good open game of football.
Which continues. Gerrard plays it in there. Ferdinand gets it away. Coates there once more. He's had a good full week of training because he was ineligible for the Champions League game in midweek, so he didn't have that difficult trip. We've got plenty of training into him, nice and fresh, and that energy's shown here on his debut. Now Bellamy still running hard this late. Coit and Gerrard waiting in the middle. In towards Coit, who's held it up, couldn't quite feed it back towards Craig Bellamy. And that was because West Ham defended it quite well. There's the whistle though. Liverpool are up and running, and West Ham still can't end that 43-year wait for a victory at Anfield. 2 lovely goals just before half-time, doing the trick for Liverpool. A crackerjack from Daniel Agger, his first for the club from long range into the roof of the net. Then a beautifully worked goal for Peter Crouch, and that after Bobby Zamora had scored when his cross became a shot, and Pepe Reina just palmed it in. Zamora's goal though, Lee Bowyer with a wonderful, wonderful chance to equalise for West Ham, and all that, and a bright debut too by substitute Dirk Kuyt for Liverpool, who've won this 2-1.
Well, that was non-stop entertainment. It was a dramatic start by Dirk Kuyt. Liverpool hanging on in the end, but they pick up their first league win of the season in their first home game. West Ham return to London disappointed, but if they perform like that every week, they will be a team to watch. Liverpool up 6 to 7th. Of course, the table will change considerably during the course of the weekend, but it's 4 points from 2 games played, and West Ham still 4 points from 3 played. Lots to look forward to on Sky Sports, as always. Bank holiday.